evicting your parents is considered disrespectful in most cultures. Unfortunately, today's story is about a young man who was tricked by his own wife into disposing of his elderly, sick mother. Although the ending is tragic, it teaches us something important about life. Jonah realized a lifetime ambition when he married Maxine. When they met in 2010, they learned how much they liked bonding over their shared love for fashion and style. Jonah considered Maxine to be the ideal wife because she was not only strikingly beautiful, but also the center of attention in town. They married after 2 years of dating in a local church and moved into their dream home. Jonah's mother, Sarah, became gravely ill a few years later, and he had to take her into their home to watch her treatment. Jonah was scared that he might lose his mother to the same sickness that had killed his father. It took him a few weeks of determined effort to rehabilitate his mother. Maxine, on the other hand, was impatient for the old lady to leave her matrimonial house. But when it became clear that she had no such plans, she turned to devious means. Every day after her husband left for work, she would argue with her mother-in-law for hours. There wasn't a day that went by that she didn't get into a fight with the old lady. One day, she told her husband that her mother had beaten her. Jonah became outraged and confronted his mother. "Could you please explain to me why you would attack my wife, Mom?" he asked. "She claimed I did?" Sarah inquired, astonished. "I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mom," Jonah said angrily. "My wife is not a punching bag to be used anytime you please. She is the mother of my children, Mom." "All right," Sarah said. "You won't even defend yourself since you're that guilty?" Jonah stated. "Would you believe me if I said I did?" Sarah asked. On another occasion, Sarah advised Maxine to properly dispose of filthy diapers because they can cause health problems for her grandchild. What the younger lady said that day, friends, crushed Sarah's heart. "You are a shameless old lady who will not stop squeezing her own son like a leech. You won't even let us enjoy our lives to the fullest, which irritates me greatly." The old woman remained in their home despite her actions, prompting the enraged wife to take desperate measures. By this time, her schemes were well underway. Maxine took off one of her pricey pieces of jewelry and concealed it in one of the old lady's table drawers. When her husband came home from work, she put up a show, crying and lamenting the loss of her valuable jewels. "What's the matter, baby?" he inquired. "My jewelry is gone. I've searched every room except your mother's. I believe you should do something to avoid misunderstandings." Jonah rushed straight to his mother's room. The sad old lady was stunned when her son furiously ransacked her bedroom. The lost jewelry was discovered after a quick search, and Jonah was enraged even more. He ordered his frail mother to pack her possessions and leave his home. The elderly woman frantically packed her belongings and dashed out into the dark, never to be seen again. Maxine was overjoyed. She was relieved that the elderly lady had finally departed her home. A month later, Jonah accidentally overhears a phone call between Maxine and a friend. She was gushing about how she had finally gotten rid of her irritating mother-in-law. Jonah confronted her about it. She went into tears and stated she had only done it to have him all to herself. In the moments following his realization of the truth, Jonah dashed off to look for his mother. He wanted to apologize to her and tell her how much he loved her. When he got to the old lady's house, it was locked and appeared to be deserted. Fearing for his mother's safety and haunted with regret, he lingered around, until a passing neighbor informed him that the lonely old woman had died earlier that day. The neighbor gave Jonah a letter. As soon as he opened it, he burst into tears. "My darling little boy, Jonah, you are reading this letter today because I am no more. I am no longer a part of your life, your home, or your wife's. Dave, your best friend, is the reason I chose to remain in your home. He pays a daily visit to your wife while you are at work. I saw your wife deposit the jewelry in my room, but you never allowed me to explain. You evicted me in the dead of the night out of anger. Regrettably, son, my health deteriorated that night, and I had no one to turn to." Jonah couldn't keep his tears from streaming down his cheeks. He quickly returned home and kicked out Maxine the same way he did his mother. Her friends rushed to her rescue, pleading with her, but it was too late. In the end, the truth was revealed, and Maxine was punished by losing the husband she had been fighting so hard to keep to herself. Friends, karma, they say, is like a rubber band. You can only stretch it so far until it comes back and smacks you in the face. Maxine sure learned this lesson.